Hello everybody and welcome at last to another Great Britain in Simutrans video. Seems like a very long time since I made one of these, and indeed it's been over 6 months, for which I apologise. I took quite an extended break from Simutrans at the end of last year. I find that my time with the game goes in periods of intense activity followed by short breaks. This particular break was extended by the fact that I've moved halfway across the country, in fact, more than halfway across the country, and changed careers, but now that that's all sorted, I'm back to making videos again and making progress on the Great Britain map. So today we're headed from Liverpool to Leeds via Manchester, which I believe is our first trip around the rail lines of the north. Most of which are now complete. There has been quite a bit of progress since last spoke to you about how the map was going. Everything in the northwest is done, all the way up to Carlisle. So the West Coast Main Line services up to and including Carlisle are complete. They will eventually be extended to Glasgow. Things like the Cumbrian coastline to Barrow and Furness and Workington and so forth, that's all done. Liverpool, Blackpool, Preston and Lancashire. And what I'm working on at the moment is finishing off the northeast of England. So I've got most of the services into Newcastle from London, and the cross-country services to the southwest. And shortly I'll be finishing off the Tyne and Wear Metro, which I've laid the tracks for but not yet put the services in. So that's where things have got to. On this route we're just coming into Manchester. The centre of Manchester is pretty crowded. That means that the trams, although they are there, have to be underground in the centre of Manchester. Similarly, although the platform layouts at Manchester Piccadilly are authentic, about 6 of the platforms are underground. So you can see, I think, platforms 1 to 6 and then 13 to 14 there on screen, but platforms, I guess, 7 to 12 are underground. Because of how close Manchester Piccadilly is to Manchester Victoria, there just isn't room to have all the platforms for Manchester Piccadilly above ground. Thankfully, with some of the other big stations I've been building recently, that's not the case. At the end of this video, we'll see Leeds Station, and even though Leeds Station is bigger than Manchester Piccadilly, it's 17 platforms, I believe. Spent enough time there, I should know that. They can all fit above ground, and that's just because there aren't really that many other stations in Leeds, especially on the north to south axis on the centre of the city. The nearest station is Burley Park, and you can fit the whole of Leeds Station, all 17 platforms in, without running to Burley Park, whereas if all 14 platforms at Manchester Piccadilly laid out, you'd be running into the space that should be reserved for Manchester Victoria. So work on this map has been going on for about 2 years now. One of the issues I've been running into is that timetables change. Some of the lines that I built in the south of the country were built, at least 18 months ago, and some of those timetables have now changed. Luckily there's been nothing really major that's messed up the whole network, but I am coming across some areas where I'm having to tweak the timetables in the light of changes that have happened since I built the lines originally. One example is on the West Coast Main Line, where some trains that used to stop at Birmingham now go all the way through to London, trains from Scotland. And one thing I've noticed is that come the May timetable change, there'll be an extra train on this line, the Transpennine line, from Liverpool to Newcastle via Manchester Victoria. And so I will be adding that in, I think, although it may require me to change things up a bit at Manchester Victoria. I think there might be a bit of a wider change in timetables there. So that is one issue with taking so long over making this map, that the timetables will change, and you might find that in some areas of the country it represents a timetable that's a couple of years out of date, whereas in Scotland you'll have the absolute up-to-date timetable. So we've now arrived in Leeds, and you can see, as I was saying, all 17 platforms above ground. I think this, along with Manchester Piccadilly and Birmingham New Street, are probably the 3 stations that I'm most pleased work smoothly, because they're quite complex range of lines going in and out of them. More complex even than most of the London stations, which tend to be big terminuses, rather than through stations like Leeds and Birmingham New Street in particular. So thank you for watching, and hope to be back soon with another video.